Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass the Move. And for today's episode in our travel time, or rather, it's travel time. I'm so used to starting it normally, but yeah, Wolfsburg save. And today's game is obviously the one we promised before, which is against Dortmund. As you can see from the league table, we're doing poorly, very poorly. We're 6 points from 6 games, and we're flirting with relegation basically. But still time to turn around, only been 6 games. Dortmund also underperforming in the 8th spot there. And as you can see, some teams that are normally higher up, like Leverkusen, aren't doing too well. And some of the teams that you expect not to be doing well, like RBL here, doing better than before. So mixed league basically. But in terms of what's happened since the last episode, the first league defeat since that last episode was followed by 2 consecutive defeats. And after that, I decided to switch up tactics. I stuck to the same thing, but I just switched the roles. I let the attacking midfielder play as an advanced playmaker, and the striker switched back to an advanced forward. And the reason being is the strikers weren't performing as complete forwards, so it just made sense to let them play in their preferred role until we bring in some complete forwards of our own. But yeah, the Freiburg result was the perfect kind of result. 3 goals, clean sheet. Rodrigo scored the penalty. Gomez got his first goal for the club there, I think, as well. And sorry about that. And where was I? And Mehmet Ikichi also getting on the score sheet in the very end there. And against Darmstadt, Jacob scored as well in the very end of the first half, so that was good for us, and we just held on until the end of the time. But then Hoffenheim managed to beat us 3-2, an end-to-end game, and considering where they are in the league now, it's not too bad to have lost to them. That's not what I meant. Never mind. I thought about the league table, but what I meant was that the only team Bayern ever lost to was against Hoffenheim away from home. So we were also away from home. So I mean that they have a pretty strong home record. But anyways, we're at home against Dortmund, and we have pretty much a full squad to pick from. We're going to be going with this team. We'll get into it in just a moment, but against Dortmund, we'll need the win to climb up the table as much as possible. This is after an international break, so some of the players are tired. But yeah, if we beat Dortmund, we will be level with them on points, and we'll hopefully climb all the way up the table. But yeah, first we need to perform. So let's just get into today's game, and we'll get into who's playing in just a second. But yeah, I mean, obviously Dortmund are a tough team to play against, but there's no better time to play against them than now, when they're performing pretty poorly and they're same as us basically with better resources and whatnot. But yeah, we're evens in terms of the odds, and the odds expert thinks that Dortmund are actually the ones who are favourites. And according to Team Talk, we'll see what's going on. They're basically playing with a more attacking version of our formation, sorry. And what we'll do here is we just need to quickly man mark their attacking midfielder through Arnold. Mario Götze. So apparently he plays for Dortmund now, in the sense that in real life he still struggles to play with them. So we're not really favourites here either, so I'm just going to try and motivate the players a little bit, tell them, show me what you can do, and maybe we can get performance out of them. I would consider Dortmund favourites as well, but considering we're at home, I would say that anything is possible, of course. And with just a little bit more extra motivation, you never know what might just happen. But yeah, as always, the nice little 3D intro, and it will be Dortmund to kick off here, and against a pacey striker such as Aubameyang, we're going to have to be very careful. They've got some very, very good top leading first division players, and we'll do well to try and win this game. It's been 15 minutes, Dortmund already having a number of shots, and we've struggled to create anything of note here. But thankfully there's no highlights, which means Dortmund shots have all been probably long range or such. But if we're going to, as we edge to the 30th minute, I'm thinking about having to change the tactics, and seeing a highlight here probably going in Dortmund's favour, it makes sense to switch to a more attacking. Hopefully just this highlight doesn't end in a goal. But Schürrle does find Aubameyang, and we do win it back well through Luis Gustavo, and it looks like we will hit them on the counter, unless they, of course, win the ball back. Just need to hold it up here. Instead, it's an early ball into the box, and that could have been our first goal. That was an incredible ball, actually. Incredible cross. We're still going to go more attacking just because we haven't created anything on no, but Mario Gomez definitely needed to do better there. That's poor on so many levels. But yeah, the first clear-cut chance of the game, and it went our way, and we still couldn't capitalize. Definitely, we need to get in strikers in the January window, and that's what we'll be doing. We'll be getting in complete forwards. But Rodriguez has a chance to put a good ball into the box. Unfortunately for us, Dortmund's goalkeeper reads it well, and Gomez couldn't get on the end of that. But there is still the highlight going on here, so it looks like Dortmund might just hit us. Not so much on the counter, but they might just get us here. Dembele tries to go all the way, and it's a decent shot. But our goalkeeper, an area that we also need to improve, does well to deal with it. And as we edge towards half-time, I'm tempted to go a bit more attacking. Dortmund already switching to an attacking 4-2-3-1, it says here. Maybe we can expose them, expose their defensive frailty, I guess you could say. But anyways, we're taking our time with the ball here. Not too bad. Arnold's got it now. He's the deep line playmaker, needs to find a good ball. He does so with Draxler, who just needs to take his man on, but instead he loses it to Piszczek, and the flank that he lost it in is being exposed there. Weigl just puts a good ball into the box, and of course Aubameyang makes no mistake to be there. And we're going to quickly switch to an attacking formation to try and get as much as we possibly can just before halftime. Maybe if we get an equalizing goal before halftime, that wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, we'll get another chance, and it's Draxler and his left back Rodriguez both failing to protect their own flank, and the centre back coming across is eventually who's exposed. And Benaglio probably can do a bit better at his near post, but just the speed of it is what caught him off guard. Basically, the speed of the play. Mario Gomez is the worst performer in our team, and he's on 6.3 now. And we'll have to look to make some substitutions. Poor throw in. Thankfully, Rodriguez wins that back. But it is still Dortmund on the counter, and they're looking to expose us here. Castro plays Schürrle in. All he has to do is put a good ball into the box, and Aubameyang does that instead, and it is Götze through. That's poor defending by the team. And Dortmund running away a little bit here just before half-time. 2 goals, and we can't seem to get another shot since that first clear-cut chance. They've had 2. And once again, goalkeeper could probably do a bit better, but the defending is overall poor. They shouldn't be letting our goalkeeper be exposed in such a manner. And it looks like every YouTube video I make now is of my team losing. Why can't it ever be the time we win? But yeah, my assistant telling me to tell my players off that they're not being good enough, but considering that they're not favourites for today's game, it doesn't make sense to tell them off. And instead, I think I'll try and motivate them by telling them, unlucky boys, things haven't gone for us. Maybe we can change things around using this method, and we will definitely be looking to make some changes if some of those ratings stay the same in the second half. But anyways, we do kick off this second half, so maybe we can start off on the front foot. Caligari takes on his man on. He just got too excited there. He just needs to put a good ball into the box, and he did that, but Götze couldn't capitalize on it, and we'll definitely be looking to sub him off as soon as we get the chance to. But yeah, again, Dortmund just trying to expose us on the counter here, and they're doing that well. But thankfully our men get back, and Bruma does well to deal with it, and we are going to be the ones who are on the counter. But instead, it's a poor ball from our right winger to Götze, and we almost win that and put them on pressure. But that's the end of the highlight. And yeah, we're getting towards the 60th minute here. Dortmund still 4-2-3-1, but not an attacking one anymore. They're not trying to sort of score anymore now that they're safe. We'll be taking off Mario Gomez as well as Draxler, who's been performing poorly. We'll switch Daniel over there, and we'll bring on Jacob instead, Blaszczykowski. And we'll need to make one more substitution in the sense of Ricardo Rodriguez. He's a little bit tired. We'll bring on Marcel Schaffer, who is the backup left back. And hopefully we'll see an improvement in that left flank, which was at fault for the first goal. I think it was at the second goal. I can't even remember anymore. But yeah, with the clock ticking down here, it looks unlikely unless we get a goal here that we'll even get 1 point. Thankfully, the shots have gone up. So at halftime, team talk did work. But the ball is with Dortmund here, and unless we win it back, it could be their third. Götze finds Weigl, who tries to put a through ball into Dembele, but thankfully Schäfer is up to it. And Benaglio gives it to Luis Gustavo, who heads it instead of taking the ball down. He did have the time, but we do have the ball now again. And what a through ball! Meryl's through. He just has to score, and he does so brilliantly. And that is the first goal for us. It could have been 2-2 if we scored the first clicker chance of the game. But such is our clinicalness. What a through ball from a centre-back, though. Meryl just has all the time in the world to pick it, and he kind of looked like he nutmegged the keeper, but I don't think he did. I think he just went a little bit round him. It's enough to get us our first goal, and with 15 minutes left here, we can definitely get a second. We'll be looking to make some more attacking switches and duties and mentalities and the such. I don't know why this thing keeps popping up. It's actually getting annoying now. We're going to go to overload. Nothing to lose here if they score a second, or third rather. We're trying to get the second, and we have to take risks considering we're losing. On overload, switching to duties on attacking duties. Maybe we can get another through here. There's an immediate highlight. And Gustavo, that's our third clicker chance. Now we've outperformed them now. It's just been about clinicalness. There's still a highlight though, so I feel like Dortmund might actually expose us here. But we do have the ball, so hopefully we just need to deal with this goal kick well, and that's exactly what we don't do. And Götze finds Aubameyang, who's going to definitely play someone through here, and he does Schürrle, and Schürrle's through, and that's how you finish from a tight angle. That's such poor goalkeeping again, though, and it could have been an entirely different story if we scored all of our clear-cut chances. The least we deserve from this game is a draw, but unfortunately, we're not even going to get that. Poor goalkeeping. Doesn't even try. That's his near post as well. I mean, goalkeeping and striking will definitely need to improve in the January window. But yeah, it is the last minute of the game, and that is full time. Referee blows his whistle. Aubameyang was sensational, that's not a doubt. And again, my assistant insists that I have to tell them that they perform poorly, but I'm just going to say I'm not, morale's low. It doesn't make sense to just tell them off again. We were never favourites for today's game, and we did perform poorly, so the boys were unlucky. We did perform well, sorry, so the boys were unlucky, but unfortunately that does send us into relegation, and we have to be very, very careful with what we do in the next few games. Dortmund was you can excuse the Dortmund game, but anyone else here, not really excusable, the losses. Hopefully next few games we'll see some improvement in terms of performances and, well, rather results. We know the performances throughout the games have been good, we just haven't been clinical. So we need improvement in results rather, and let's count down again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's when we'll be back for the next game against Hertha. Possibly we'll pick this one here or Augsburg instead. Really depends on where we are. But based on current position, it looks like we'll have to show you guys the Augsburg game just because they're much closer and it's much more of a crucial game there. But anyways, I think that will be all for today's game. And if you did enjoy it, then please do hit the like button and of course hit subscribe for more daily Football Manager content. And as always, thank you guys for watching.